Years from now, some of them may look back and ask themselves whether they've made the right choice, whether they've made the most of the opportunities they've been given. Together, we have the same mission. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. Nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. And the more righteous your fight, the more opposition that you will face. In your hearts are inscribed the values of service, sacrifice, and devotion. Now you must go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land of dreams because America is a nation of true believers. When the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth, they prayed. When the founders wrote the Declaration of Independence, they invoked our Creator 4 times. Because in America, we don't worship government, we worship God. It is why our currency proudly declares, "In God we trust." And it's why we proudly proclaim that we are one nation under God. The story of America is the story of an adventure that began with deep faith, big dreams, and humble beginnings. The next generation of American leaders never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit. Never quit. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Carry yourself with dignity and pride. Demand the best from yourself. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself. America is better when people put their faith into action. Pray to God and follow His teachings. Today, each of you begins a new chapter as well. When your story goes from here, it will be defined by your vision, your perseverance, and your grit. You will build a future where we have the courage to chase our dreams no matter what the cynics and the doubters have to say. You will have the confidence to speak the hopes in your hearts and to express the love that stirs your souls. As long as you have pride in your beliefs, courage in your convictions, and faith in God, then you will not fail. As long as America remains true to its values, loyal to its citizens, and devoted to its Creator, then our best days are yet to come. May God bless the class of 2017. May God bless the United States of America. And I just want to let you know that God blesses you. And I want to just say, you are special in every way. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Evening, guys. All right, everything coming in okay, audio-wise, visually, etc. Clean the camera off. All right. What I'm going to discuss is something I haven't delved too much into depth on here. But I figure it's warranted given my recent events in my life. I've gone into vague explanations of what's going on at work. Well, still getting shit from people. I'll leave it at that. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. But I want to talk about the psychology of people in SHTF. That's shit hit the fan scenarios. Otherwise known as, when the chips are down, when the pressure is on, when the stress level is high, etc., etc. Why do I want to bring this up? Because, well, my work situation, apparently people can't be mature about things, and still want to continue to try to get their piece of my flesh that they don't deserve. Um, if I've wronged you, sure, take all you want. But I haven't. I still maintain my innocence. And some people can't accept that. Some people can't accept that I carry a gun at work. Um, some people can't accept that I speak my mind logically and um, calmly, like I do. Some people can't stand the fact that I'm actually a good person because that's what you do. Um, and that I do stand by my morals, which a lot of what was in the opening intro is a lot of that. um, I want to bring up people that are emotionally immature. Okay. I don't care how you got it or what happened to you. Doesn't matter. Some people can be, 60 years old and act like babies. It's the whole principle of why you get what the internet calls a Karen. That is a middle-aged woman that feels that they need to stick their nose into everybody else's business to tell them what to do because they feel triggered in some sense. This is why you have the younger generations um, claiming this, that, and the other in terms of pronouns, and then flipping shit out when people like myself say that's not reality, or when you have people that claim they're a woman and they're not, or whatever fucking hell reasoning they got these days. When you question the reality, their mind explodes. Okay. This is beyond liberals, but for the most part, liberals. Okay. Or people that toe the Democratic line. People that are not on the voice of logic, reason, and God and constitutional rights. Sorry, I always have to throw that in there because that one is like the one you don't step on. Don't tread on me. You get what I'm saying? Um, as far as I'm aware, Sniffer. No, Jeff, I'm not trying to tell you that you are. No. Anyway, you can be older than me, but act younger than me. Okay. I've been told many a times on here and in person that I'm wise beyond my years. Now, it's not that I'm wise. Yes, I'm well researched, and yes, I can put two pieces of the puzzle together, as should anyone be with two brain cells be able to do, but some apparently don't even have that. Again, not trying to sound grandiose and toot my own horn here, but in a way, yes and no. Okay, you decide on that. What I'm getting at though is I act a lot older than 29. Okay, it's hard to believe I'm almost 30. Kind of feel old. Um, you can have an older person act younger than me. Why? Because their brain cannot process their own emotions. They are not in touch with themselves. And this is going to be a lot of me talking to me because that's what I know. I've done a lot of internal searching. Um, I'll just say this through my ups and downs in life, good and bad shit. I've had to do a lot of emotional regulation. Um, I mean, some call it self-soothing of when nobody else is there to comfort you, you kind of fight on your own. And I'm okay with that. Can it be cold sometimes? Yeah. It can be a dark, depressing place. But I've never given up in that sense because I've always known to pull out of it because I know that that's not me and I know that it's just a temporary thing and I've always got God on my side. It's not um it's a simple equation, this plus this equals that. Um Trying to put it logically here for you and so you can understand. Um but a lot of these emotionally immature people, a lot of the ones that work, well, two of them, okay, are not in touch with themselves or can't make peace with something in their lives that comes and leaks into mine or the rest of us or the warehouse or whatever, okay, affects other people in some form, typically negatively, because these types of people can't process their own emotions. They get easily triggered, easily upset over nothing, literally nothing. Um, Today I was told to my face, um, quit staring at me. Uh, I don't like you. Um, what was the other one they used? This is how much I actually hold on to it. I can't think of it. It's already left my mind. Um, or how much I'm over it. Um, well, we'll just say thank you, Ron. Ron says I creeped her out, and there was another thing that I had mentioned on the phone to you, Ron. For those that don't know, Ron is another associate of mine. Hello, Ron. Um, okay, let's. Just so you don't get like banned for any reason, Ron, I'm making you a mod. You don't have to do anything. Okay, that's just so people don't accidentally block you. Um, anyway, basically put you in a VIP seat. Anyway, um, I was again disrespected to my face, rudely and such. Not getting into detail necessarily. Um, again over nothing. Um, people say I'm the problem. Well, no, it's a matter of they don't want to look internally at their own, so they find reason with others to bitch about, um, even if they have to make shit up. Um, well, Bree says we want details. Well, here's the thing: I can't exactly tell you details because I still work at this place and such. Um, I feel there's other things coming down the pipeline for this coming week. I can't say what because, again, don't want to play those cards right yet. Um, so, anyway, people don't want to look at their own problems. Speaking from experience, um, I've I've been in the dark places. I've fully understood what it was like to be in such dark places. Um, feeling of no purpose, feeling of no drive, no motivation. Uh, Lake says people don't like honest and truth and smart. Probably intimidated or feeling convicted. Well, that's my kind of what I'm getting at here, Lake, is the reason they get defensive is because they feel attacked because they know they're in the wrong. Again, anyway, I've been in the dark side of things in my mind. Um, I've been in the light side of things. I understand the responsibility that I have when it comes to carrying a gun at work. Um, that's a big factor with what's going on, which is a bunch of bullshit. But that's neither here nor there now. Um, Again, great power comes great responsibility, maturity. Look at the Camaro guy. Okay, y'all know about that story. Y'all saw the video. Y'all saw how close he got to my face. We both went home that day. In hindsight, looking at it, I'm not as scared. In the moment, I was terrified because I didn't know what he was capable of. Could I have had less emotional regulation and flew off the handle? And well, I wouldn't be sitting here if that happened. Um, could I have tried to bullshit the cops because of my mental state, and or this is a hypothetical situation of if I was mentally unstable or couldn't articulate my words properly, um, could that situation have gone badly? Sure. Um, I feel the fact that I articulate my words as carefully as I do, well, not always, but most of the time, at least when dealing with professional stuff such as cops and work and such, at least as of late. Um, that helps a lot. But if I was in the other state of mind, do you think I'd be sitting here? No. There is an old saying, level heads will prevail or cool heads will prevail. In other words, if you keep a level head, even in a most stressful situation, most likely you'll come out on top because you'll be thinking clearly enough to get yourself out of it. Not by conniving evil ways, but you'll just know how to respond, and 1 + 1 = 2. You know, objective, action, completion. Simple. Um, no in between black and white thinking. Do or die. You know, yes or no. People that haven't done the deep soul searching such as I have done. Some of it involuntarily. Okay, like the past with the being accused at work with the gun thing. I was quiet for about 2 weeks. There was many a time where I thought I'd break down in front of my coworkers. I didn't let them see that side of me, or at least tried not to. Why was I hurt so badly? Because I have a conscience. Because I felt that it was unjust, which it still is. When you take the time to understand the emotional reactions of emotionally immature people that haven't done these types of soul searching trials, tests, we'll call them tests because that's what God gives you. God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Um, and as you go through those tests, you mature. But the ones that don't want to face the tests or don't want to do the work, literally and figuratively, and internally and spiritually and emotionally and every other sense of work, those are the ones that will be left hanging, um, literally and figuratively. Because somebody that can't think in I wouldn't even say it, I'm comparing work here. Okay. My work is not stressful at all. Can you make it stressful? Sure. No, Robin, I'm not. Now, Ron, if you're still here, you can give your opinion on whether work can be stressful or not. It is what you make it, in my opinion. Um, can I hold a grudge against my managers for things? Sure. Can I hold a grudge against other people? Sure. But I'm not going to because, again, when you understand why you're here, what you're doing, what your purpose in life is, for the moment, even, okay, we're not talking big picture here, but let's just talk short term working at the place I work at. Okay, my purpose is to ship out packages to people that need them. Okay, I see it as those are packages that and people that I'm affecting that if I don't do my job efficiently enough, well, that's in some cases a matter of life and death for some people. But I can't go into that detail other than that. Um, Important stuff, okay? And it doesn't seem like a lot being in the position I'm in, on paper at least. But to get it to run smoothly day to day, like clockwork, and get everything out and so forth, well, that takes a lot of effort, honestly, because you got to streamline, you got to predict the next move before it happens. Um, and this is not even in a managerial role. This is for yourself. Okay. When you take the time to study yourself and figure out where you can improve on things, excuse me, um, study things and figure out where you can improve, it makes your life a lot easier, which in turn makes your manager's lives easier, which keeps them off your back. Okay. Um, I will say this. There was a time where I held a lot against my current manager. Not so there's three levels. Okay. The manager I'm under, that is in my department. The manager or supervisor, we'll call him supervisor, that is above him. And then head honcho, that is kind of head of the district or whatever above him. Okay. And then it goes to the big boss. Um, so anyway, I would give the lower of the managers a lot of shit. Two of them being my department manager and another department manager that I used to be under. Okay. Now, some of this could be self inflicted on their part, but also on mine of not being emotionally mature enough to see it from their point of view. Um, Now, again, Ron, if you're here, me and Ron occasionally work in the same department. And since then, me and him have made the department a much more homey, a much more family oriented, much more I got your back if you got mine kind of thing. Um, but anyway, I'd give this manager, and wrongfully, and I still regret it to this day. It bugs the fucking living shit out of me because I gave him so much shit. Because again, I have a conscience and I feel bad for it, but he doesn't hold it against me. I still hold it, because he's backing me during this whole situation. Now, When I first started working at this place, I was warned that this manager was the bane of everybody's existence. Well, since I've started working for him, I've come to know what he's about and what he expects, which isn't a lot. It's you do your job, you listen to him or you help him out when he needs because he's got other shit he needs to do. The man just wants help sometimes. Um because he's got a lot on his shoulders, which is fine. I'll take what I can to, or I'll do what I can to remove some barrier. Um, anyway, I come to realize that he's working just as hard. He does a lot, and a lot of what people said about him isn't true. Now, if you notice the thumbnail, and it has to do with this manager. Um, I put here says rumors can make you dislike innocent people. Don't judge people from what others are saying about them. Be wise, get to know them for yourself. Then, from your own opinion, the one talking to you may be the one you need to stay away from. Well, I've had rumors spread about me, and a lot of the warehouses come to realize that certain people thrive on negativity and emotional immaturity. Well, I have understood that, a lot of what the management asks you is not out of the realm of, everyday shit. It's not because they're management, it's because they're human beings. A lot of the time, at least in my opinion, the warehouse is left to its own devices. Um, we're left to fend for ourselves. Headquarters, as long as the building doesn't blow up, they don't generally give a shit. Um, I hate to say it, but they don't. Um, so I've come to realize that, yeah, we're all in this together. It sucks. The job sucks in a way, but you don't have to make it suck. It sucks because you think it sucks. Again, due to emotional immaturity from people. Ron says, you know what? Here, can I show this? Here, hold on. There you go. There's Ron's comment. You're a hard worker and a great guy. I've got your back when you're right, and I'll tell you if you're wrong. These last few weeks, you were not wrong. Thank you, Ron. Um, this is coming from a guy that I told him he was a bullshitter the first day I met him, and he has stuck by me ever since. And Ron, when I say hold the tail, you know what I mean. Um, so hold the tail. Inside joke with the management. Anyway, um, the job only sucks if you let it suck. Okay, and yes, is it the most glamorous job? Yes. Can we be paid more? Yes. Okay. Should we be paid more? Yes. Do we have to deal with the bullshit we should? Or should we have to deal with that? No. Um, let's see. In the words of Zombie Land, enjoy the little things, you know. Me and Ron will bring in donuts for everybody at our own expense. We'll bring in other food. We'll bring. Well, Ron brings me a pop almost every fucking day. I don't know how the man does it. Um, but again, this job could be a hell of a lot worse, and it all has to do with the mentality. You don't have to bend over backwards. Is the thing, okay? I've been hearing a lot of, why do you work so much? Or why are you doing that? It's not going to get you anywhere. Or they're not going to pay you anymore if you do this, that, or this. No, it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of, if I get all my work done today that is expected, well, then I can come in tomorrow, or in this case, Monday, and not have previous days hanging over my head trying to catch up and then have a reason for management to come down on me. It's just staying ahead of the game, really. Staying on par. It's just what is expected. You're hired to do a job. Um I'll pull up a funny clip here for y'all to laugh at. Get a load of this one. Ron, you'll like this one. Pay attention if you're here still.
Hey, where you going?
Do my job.
You have a job?
Why wouldn't I? I'm not some lazy, inconsiderate jerk who lays in bed all day.
Say, where can I get one of these jobs?
Oh, they're everywhere, especially if you're green and have 6 tentacles.
Thanks. I'm gonna go look for one so I can stop mooching off my friends and they can get back to their lives.
That's a classic. Anyway, it's what you make of it, okay? Does it have to suck as much as it does? No. And that's why me and the ones that give a fuck, Ron included, do what we do. That's why our manager in the department does what he does. That's why he's backed me and everyone else, because he sees how hard we work. And for me, I can accept lower pay any day of the week when I feel like I'm a part of something bigger. And I feel like I'm cared about. Have there been times where I felt like I'm not? Sure. I wanted a one-on-one meeting with HR, and all they said was for me to email them. With this last incident that I can't necessarily speak of, but I'm not necessarily going to hold that against them, because that's HR. That's not the people I work with. That's HR. Okay. That's the high up technical business bureaucratic bullshit. Okay. Again, not understanding what it really is. Okay. People that are emotionally immature, of constantly bringing people down, complaining about their job, which, again, I've been guilty of, but I have taken steps in my life, such as getting on my ADD meds, of being able to focus now and do my shit, because I knew beforehand I could do it, and it was a struggle for me. And I knew that I was at one point and that I could do this. Well, I got on the meds and I could do that and more. You know, um, the focus was there. I could think. It was like trying to navigate, you know, whatever, a maze in a fog. You couldn't. That's the best way I can describe my brain before the meds. It's like trying to see through a snowstorm. You can't. Not literally vision wise, but mentally. But I saw room for improvement, and I was determined to better myself because I wasn't getting anywhere. Um, I didn't go, well, I wouldn't say I didn't go around blaming people. Initially, I did, okay, and I gave my manager a lot of shit. I gave the company a lot of shit, okay. I can own up to that. And I am sorry for anybody that I've hurt that if my job sees this or anybody in management sees this, you know what? I'm sorry I hurt you, man. Woman, whoever. There are only two genders. Okay, for those that don't do that crap, that's, yeah. Anyway. But anyway, I can admit to my mistakes because I'm emotionally mature. Some people can't. And some people can't see the big picture of, hey, you're doing a job, and at the very least, we need you to pull your weight. Not sit there and talk all day, not sit there and bitch all day, not sit there and whatever. I'm not saying you can't talk, and I'm not saying you can't make things fun, but there's a line where you have to draw it, and you actually do have to um, do your job. Now, in the words of my dad, well, it's not a saying from him, but it's an experience he had. In his math class, okay, my dad would have been in his late 60s by now. His teacher wrote on his report card, so and so consistently wastes time in class. But then you look at the grades, and my dad had A plus in math. My dad would do months of work in advance because he was such a mathematician up here, and I guess that's where I'm getting the numbers with the cube words from. I never got that during school, but that's his shit. Anyway, good up here in terms of the grades and the math, and that was his forte. Okay. He was ahead of the game. Okay. He did his work. He passed his classes. But he sat there for weeks on end reading car magazines. His work was done. He passed before people did. Before the, well, not officially, but he got work ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? He put in the effort, and his effort shows. Okay, it's the same principle. Okay, let's say I clear out all my packages for the day. Oh, well, okay, job's done. Okay, what is there to bitch about? Nothing? Okay, then I can sit here and talk, and because I've earned that right, because I've done everything that is expected of me. Uh, should those goals not be met, then yes, you have every right to bitch at me for such things. Uh, unless, of course, I'm giving my 110% plus, in my opinion. Um, if I work my tail off and I take 10 minutes at the end of the day because I'm dog ass tired, well, check my numbers. That's another thing. But again, check my work. If it's not to your satisfactory, yeah, bring the hammer down, but I've never had that happen. At least to significance. Here and there maybe, but nothing that couldn't be corrected. Okay. Which again is part of the learning experience. Emotional maturity. Okay. Point is I can admit fault and change. Okay. people I've been dealing with as of the last couple weeks or months here, it seems like they don't change. They thrive on negativity, and um, if you're not miserable with them, then they'll make you miserable with them. Um, Having enough drive and motivation takes a lot of emotional maturity, okay? Because there comes a time where it's you, your job, what you need to survive, and your leisure stuff. Okay, there those four categories. If any one of those are lacking, then you have work to do. Okay. If your internal self is fucked up, if you're thinking shit that's illogical, and I'm not saying be a robot here because we all have emotions, but if you're so screwed up to where you can't be by somebody just to do their job, to do your job, for them to do theirs, I'm not even saying talking to them, but being in the same room as somebody, within 10 feet of somebody, and just knuckle down and work, well then yeah, you have some work to do. That's my situation, by the way. Your basic needs are met, and so forth and so on. Um, you have there's a saying of, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Okay, I can't give these people motivation. They have to understand that they have a problem themselves. But again, they keep playing the victim and dragging me into being a victim because they're, well, for lack of better words, picking on me uh, for no reason. And I've taken the necessary steps, um, bringing me down with them, and I refuse to have that happen. Am I going on about it? Yeah, on here to people I trust. Yes, Ron, you being one of them, if you're still here. Um, let's see. They need to do some deep soul searching of. It's not in a condescending way either, but you have to. Okay, with the Camaro guy, that was probably one of the most stressful things of my life. Okay, not even losing my dad in 2019 was that stressful. You don't know what you can put up with until you put up with it. But some people just don't want to put up with anything. So what does that make you? Weak? If you try at something and fail, and you can accept that, and you don't give it another try, well then fine. But you have to try. Okay? If you just say, oh well, I'm not going to do that. You okay? Like, why are you having a job if you're not here to work? Um, again, freeloaders, moochers, whatever you want to call them, entitled people. Um, if you can't admit to yourself that you have work to do on yourself, if you think you're that high and mighty, then there's no place for you in society, in my opinion. Because in today's world, we're living in we have the makers, make America great again. The ones that actually do work. And then you have the takers, the ones that are on government and other types of help. If you actually need that, fine. I have no problem with that. It's when you take advantage of the system that I do. I'm talking to certain people with that. Now, apply that to a workplace situation. Okay. Again, I'm over there busting my ass. I'm not claiming I don't a lot of the times I don't even do the top numbers. Okay. The top ranking of things. Okay. But that's out of certain circumstances. But again, it's all in the quantity of orders that come down. It's too technical. Anyway, but either way, I work my ass off. Ron works his ass off. A lot of us work our ass off. And then you have the ones that will sit there and slack. And why they get away with it, I'll never know. You can call it favoritism. You can call it just people don't want to cause conflicts. This is slowly becoming a cancer. This way of thinking with people in the warehouse. And the thing is, I told management, I said, if you don't stop this now, the mentality of this is going to spread. And that's not good for morale. That's not good for my team. That's not good for me. Like, setting aside my feelings here for a minute, okay? I've told you what I feel. That's not good for the company, okay? To have emotionally immature people. You can have, well, okay, you can have emotionally immature people because I was one myself. But you have to give them a chance to change. And if they don't, well, then that's where you cut off the limb. You don't self terminate. Um, you separate the bad apples from the good apples, and you try to keep things as orderly as possible. Emotionally immature people have to find their own motivation. I can't tell you what that is. Can I help you try to find out what that is? Sure. Um, to the best of my knowledge. I'm no psychiatrist, by the way. Um, it's up to them. And I'm in no position to say yes or no to fire them or to keep them or to reprimand them. Can I whistle blow and say, hey, this is bad behavior, stop it? Sure. But at what point, does it fall on deaf ears? At which point, I've washed my hands of it, okay, which is pretty much where it's at. Now I have something coming down the pipeline, which I'm expecting later this coming week. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere, but I'm prepared if I'm summoned, okay? We'll call it people trying to seek revenge because I called the bullshit out the first time. So now they're trying to call bullshit on me because they feel uncomfortable. They feel threatened. They feel that I'm a creep. No, it's just your perspective. It's you not accepting reality that you have to work. It's not, no, you're just trying to poke at the bear and it's not working anymore. In the words of my dad, when he worked for the UAW at the transmission plant, when they were negotiating their contracts back in the day, then the union director said, "You work to the letter, no more, no less." Well, that's what I do. I've taken that to heart, and that's what I do. I don't do any more. I don't do any less than is expected of me. An order comes down that line, I do it. If it doesn't, I don't. The cardboard needs to be thrown out, I do it. Floor needs to be swept, I do it. It's not a matter of trying to win brownie points with management, because I'll tell management, and I have told management straight to their face, fuck off. My department manager being one of them that I now have utmost respect for, because they had every reason not to back me during this, and they do. But I told him last winter when I first got Casey, remember the power outage? I came back after 5 days of the power being out, and he was giving me shit about me messing up on orders, and I said, "I'm sick and tired of your micromanaging bullshit." I said that right to his face, and I shouldn't have. I won't forget that day either. I'm sure he won't either, but I have yet to apologize to the man. I probably should. Okay. I don't fear management. I don't fear HR. I don't fear being fired. I'll find another job if it comes to that. But the whole gun accusing instance, I asked him, "What, you want me to leave? I'll go peacefully if that's really an issue here." And they said no. Why did they say no? Because they knew that I was right. And that's what I'm letting play out. Um, so they can't hold my job over my head. I'll tell them right to their face. That's the thing with me, is I'm honest to the best of my knowledge. In regards to anything that goes on. Again, to the best of my knowledge, I can admit to a wrong, but a lot of the emotionally immature people, they don't accept fault. They blame others. They deflect and such. Um, the cat, it has nothing to do. Sorry. It has nothing to do with dynamics or directors or non-productive shit. It's not that in terms of management. Yeah, can I say management's not doing what I expect them to do? Sure. Do I believe that these people should have been fired a long time ago? Sure, but again, that's not my call. Can I bring it to their attention time and time again? Yeah, but that's going to get old. I've told them enough. They know. The thing is, they know the playbook now because I've laid it out for them. I told them this is what's going to happen. Okay. So and so has come in, caused some shit. Said attitude has rubbed off on second person, and now they're causing the same shit. Literally to a T. Just about. This person hasn't even made their 90 days, so how is that going to fare for them? I told them, you watch out for this person. Okay, this is how they're going to do it. They're doing this A, B, and C. watch for these same tactics. That's what I called it today when I had some issues. I said to my manager, I said, they're doing the same tactics. Watch this person. Anyway. So second person that has become a problem is now doing the same tactics as the first person because the first person has rubbed off on the second person. And the second person never used to be the way that they are now. Um, so anyway, I gave him the playbook of what's going to happen. This negative attitude can rub off on people and it will spread. Now is your time to cut out the cancer before it starts infecting people. They didn't do that. Now it's infected a second person, which is now currently giving me shit for nothing. And the thing is, they can look on the cameras. It's 8 hours a day doing my job. Not engaging with anybody hardly, unless it's necessary. They can't get me on anything. Can they claim I'm not doing enough? Maybe. If they play some number game or bullshit like that, sure. But the thing is, again, I've already headed them off at that pass. When I said, you want me to leave, I'll go peacefully. Even though I knew I did nothing wrong. Why did I say that? Because I know that they're going to try to pull we'll we'll hold your job over your head. Do you want to be fired? Doesn't make a difference. I'll find another job. But as long as I'm here, I will care about my job and I will do my job to the best of my ability. And they know that. And they see that. I've given them A, B, and C in terms of tactic that this person is doing. And now person 2 is doing the same A, B, and C tactic that the first person was doing. Okay? This second person is now trying to seek revenge on me, given everything that's happened. So this coming week, I'm suspecting that the higher-ups will get involved, at which point I've already explained to them A, B, and C tactic, and I can point out, hey, that's the same shit so-and-so was doing. They're copying, or they're being influenced. I told you this in the first meeting. This is how it's going to go. Well, how did I know that? Because I know people. It's basic psychology. You get a narcissist near somebody, if they've been found out and they know that their tactics don't work, there's a psychological term called flying monkey syndrome, where a narcissist will infect another person's thinking via manipulation, coercion, and or just buddy. Okay, they befriend the next person, the next victim, and then they will have them do their bidding because they know that a direct approach is not working. So they will say everything under the sun to convince a second person or multiple people or whatever, family members, friends, associates, whatever, that me or the victim in this case is a bad person, or they want to manipulate the second person to affect me because they know that a direct approach with the first person will not work anymore. Well, I've told them this. So now they're seeing it. It's kind of funny how I have a knack for I told you so. Even on here. Am I right? Like explaining things and then having shit happen. Is that manifestation? Is that is that me predicting things? I don't know. It's just me knowing how shit works. And this is why people call me smart. I'm not smart. I just literally half my knowledge is from YouTube. Okay. Um. So again, I've told them the playbook. It's just like the boards. We have the playbook. We know what they're gonna do. So let them do it. They're gonna fall flat on their face. And the thing is, by the second person going to the higher ups, as to my suspicion, if they did such a thing, well, they've already hung themselves, because that would confirm that, if person two is doing A, B, and C tactic that person one was doing, well, there's got to be a correlation between the two, for one. Okay, they have to be in communication and or contact with each other in some way. Um, and yeah, they know the tactics. They know what's up. I don't need to say anything more, other than maybe, hey, it's happening again, and that's it. Because any outrageous claims that they make are, it's going to be a boy that cried wolf, or in this case, girl. Um, and these are the same exact words I'm probably going to say to higher ups if I do get called upon, or summoned, as I call it. You summoned me to your office or whatever to reprimand me. Go ahead. I ain't signing shit unless I can admit to my own self that I've committed a wrong. At which point, then I'll apologize and go on my way. That's called ethics. It's called bowing out gracefully. You know. Um, Now and then says 101, I'm so proud of you for having the conscience you have. Well, the conscience I have is because, well, I know what hurt is, for one. And have I wronged people in my life? Yeah. Have I made mistakes? Yeah, we all have. He who has not sinned, cast the first stone. But it's only because I'm aware of how I affect people. And I'm aware that I have affected people, because I have done the internal searching of my own self, that, hey, yeah, I can be an asshole. Yeah, I do speak the truth sometimes, and yeah, it does hurt you. Um, yeah, can I say something wrong and admit to a wrong? Can I judge people before I know them? Like my manager, that is now on my side, at least that I believe is on my side. That's fine. If he's not, I don't care. Um, but I would like to believe he is, because hell, I've backed him even in the hardest of times. But that's neither here nor there. I've judged people before I've known them. But that's because, again, like I read you that saying, the rumors, the people that you're hearing the rumors from may be the problem themselves, because they can't think past their nose. They're emotionally immature. You know, it's because I understand the power that I have when it comes to shit I say, can I slip up and say some stupid shit? Sure. Who doesn't? And I'm not trying to lessen it by saying that, because it wouldn't bug me as much as I wouldn't remember a situation a year ago that I said to my manager if it didn't bug the shit out of me. If I was a cold ass narcissist, I would have forgotten about it. I would have said, "Oh, that was nothing." Well, no, it was something, because he didn't deserve it. I was in a bad mood, and so forth. If he wants an apology, he has yet to ask me for one. But again, I should probably do that on my own. Again, me having a conscience. Um, but again, these emotionally immature people don't. They only feel bad for themselves, because they feel they're owed something. Newsflash: life ain't what it is, what you're told as a kid. And I take that literally and figuratively. Like, okay, yeah, the school system has fucked us up. And yeah, we've learned shit in the last 4 years about the boards and shit, that society is not what it says it is. There's that. Um, so there's that aspect. But again, I'm not perfect. None of you in chat are. And if you think you are, you have some soul searching to do. The only one that was ever perfect, in my opinion, and I would say the rest of the world's opinion, was Jesus Christ himself. And eventually you'll get to ask him that. And, that's another thing. Biblically, people say, they constantly ask you, do you know God? Do you know God? Do you know Jesus? Have you met Jesus or whatever? I'm spiritual, but I'm not spiritual. I give it to you the way I interpret it, not word for word like Bigfoot does with the Bible, although I can quote some scripture. I find that I've gotten through a lot of my shit, and I don't mean to sell God short, and I probably shouldn't be, but I have, where I only go to God when I need him. It's not a matter of just go to God just because, just to talk. But I'm sure a lot of us have done that too. Again, not less than it. Again, I'm not perfect. Anyway, having trust in God has given me peace of mind, because it's allowed me to face things such as the Camaro guy, where I was ready to die that day. Every day I strap my gun on, which is every day. Every time I walk out my garage door and close that garage door, drive off to work every morning, I understand that this might be the day that I do that for the last time. I've accepted my mortality. Sorry for the cough tonight, guys. I've accepted my own mortality. And I've accepted that, whatever happens to me, good or bad, after I die, that's up to God. And in that way, I'm trusting God. And that's my way of, giving myself to God, because I can't change that. I can't change how outside circumstances happen, but I can change how I react to them. But I've been through some tough shit. Y'all, some of you have heard the story of when I was a baby. I was born 13 weeks early, double hernia, had 6 inches of my intestines taken out, had lung problems, RSV, shit, a whole bunch of other crap in an incubator for the first 86 days of my life. Like, I am a fucking fighter, man. Okay, I've been through the ringer. And I'm sure there's a lot life can throw at me more. But I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't have God on my side. And I can fully attest to that. And that's how I know that God exists, is because I would not be here without God. A lot of the emotionally immature people do not have a trust or faith in God, at least in the way I do, in my opinion. And that's not passing judgment on them. That's just a matter of, have they come to terms with how serious life can be and realizing that, yeah, you aren't exactly um, you don't have the means to deal with it like God does. Let me put it that way. You know, um, I've had a nagging thought in my mind when these emotionally immature people at work say that I'm staring at them, being a creep or something, which I don't do. Like, y'all in chat, do I stare? Like, tell me. But they say you're staring at me when I haven't hardly laid eyes on anybody, or they feel creeped out by me staring or something. And I'm thinking, what are they seeing that it's not me? It can't be me. Half the time I look down at the piece of paper and tape the box. I'm down, face down or staring at my screen. My eyes don't go anywhere else other than to look down the line for pack. Like, I'm trying to figure out what they're meaning by staring. And when I think staring, is it not me physically staring? Is it that I'm staring through them? Is it that something I feel, and I've felt this for the past couple of weeks, since, yeah, I'd say week and a half, when I started accusing me of staring. What if it's my guardian angel? What if it's the fact I wear the cross? What if they're seeing some, it's hard to explain. Like, imagine me sitting here and then having something up above me here, like behind me, and that staring through them. Like something of God staring through them, seeing them for what they are. It's not me, it's, do you know when people have like the near death experiences and they claim to see the face of God, and then they say it was like he could see right through me? He knew everything about me. What if it's not me? What if it's God convicting them through my eyes, unbeknownst to my knowledge? Is that a possibility? because I feel like these were good people at one point, and then they got possessed by something. Yeah, Jeff, exactly. Jeff says you are staring into their soul and that scares them. Or he puts scars them. Either way, I get what you mean. He had to put the southern accent on there. That scars me, you know. Yeah. Okay. Uh but what if it's not me? It's like something through me. I don't mean to go like all supernatural on you. But why have I been, quote unquote, untouched? You know? Every other job I've worked at, they would have fired me by now. They would have just gotten rid of me. I feel like God's protecting me. And they know that God's protecting me. And they can't stand that. And when what's the, I don't know if it's a saying or if it's something in the Bible. The anointed ones, or once you become a child of God, you will have more tribulations. What if it's that this is a, because I've been seeing it as that the last couple weeks here. What if this is a test, by God or something? And that's why I've just been doing my job. There's the saying, God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. What if this is God telling me that I am strong, I am capable? Um, See, these are things that these emotionally immature people don't understand, and that's why they're so damn scared. Jeff says every day is a test. Yeah, at this point, all people have a choice to be good, but there are no good people. Only Jesus is good. I mean, what? Like, okay, Lake says at the end of that statement, Satan and his minions know God's people. That's the thing, is like, what if it's that situation of, remember the story where Jesus banished the demons into the pigs, and the demons knew that it was Jesus? What if it's that kind of thing where they know that something's guarding me and they can't stand, um okay, for instance, who here, and this is pretty old of a show, who here has watched a show called Highway to Heaven? My mom's been watching it the last couple nights. And there was the Halloween special. Uh where they conned the devil. And yes, Ray J, Michael Landon. Um they conned the devil. They came into his bookstore and they brought a holy Bible in there, and he went to touch it and he got burned. Or and then Michael Landon shakes the guy's hand, and Michael Landon, being an angel, well, when he shakes the devil's hand, there was a shock between the two because the two forces can't, you know, it's equal in a way, or opposing, not equal, opposing. Okay. What if it's that situation with me at work where it's not me as a person, but it's what's around me spiritually? Like, I like to think that I don't know their names. I don't know who it is necessarily. I can tell you it is something from God. But a lot of the time, and I wouldn't say it was ever since my dad died, because it was before that. But I noticed it more after. But I'd have two, what I call them is angels, left and right. You know how, like, in cartoons they depict a devil and an angel on either shoulder? But imagine that behind you. You know when you, well, Lake might know this, being that she's shorter than Bigfoot. Lake, you've ever had that instance where Bigfoot will stand behind you, and him being bigger, like he's guarding you, but from behind? That kind of thing. It's kind of like that for me with these, what I call angels. They do describe angels as being bigger than humans, so that makes sense in my mind. My guardian angel, that's all I can, or angels. There's been a time or two that I've directly prayed to, you know, Archangel Michael. You know, it's for the protection and that. It's to send messages to God. You know, it's, I feel like there's been something guarding me, because I wouldn't have been making it this far if I wasn't. My eyes are going cross trying to read chat. Yes, Watt, I remember that show, and I used to watch that all the time. Y'all remember the movie Angels in the Outfield? The movie? I need to watch that shit again. I'm gonna drop the link for my regulars. I don't pray to saints, Lake. Yes, I pray to God, but I let the angels take the messages, if you know what I mean. Because they are messengers. That's the whole terminology of an angel. Hello, Bushcraft.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm here. I'm tired.
Tired.
By the way, I suffered like frostbite twice, for those that give a flying fuck. Here I go from talking about God to swearing.
That's what happened to my ear.
Frostbite?
Yep. In Florida. Of all places.
Florida.
Yep. I've been in some cold places, and
Holy shit, I can remove the link now. What happened?
I came back, so now all the links be removable now.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't know. It's good to see you, though.
Well, you have something removed too.
What?
From chat.
The stars? Or the little heart thingies?
The heart thing.
Yeah, I did. I did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
No, that thing's super annoying.
I hate it because I see when I type, it interferes with the last comment.
Yeah.
And if somebody types something, I can't get to it right away.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
No, yeah. Like you have to wait till someone else or even someone else comments just to click the three little things at the on the side.
Because the live reactions button will be
Right.
over the three dots that you use to remove a comment.
See, on Twitch, they move that stuff on the screen, not on the chat. So if you want to do live reactions and stuff, it pops up on the screen, meaning what you're watching.
Right.
Why don't they just do that? Makes no sense.
They
Stick
did
it
that
away.
they did that for a short time here on YouTube. And then they got rid of it. Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Jeff and I were talking about something in chat, but I don't think you probably want to do that tonight.
Oh, what
Plus,
now?
we couldn't get it any higher, so there was that.
Any higher?
I got 25.50. That was it.
No, we got up to 50. I was looking for 51.
What are y'all trying to sell, a kidney?
No, you.
Well,
How good are you
Me.
with power tools?
Me?
How good are you? Yeah, Wildlife might give us 51, but he
How
Can you
good
climb
am
a
I?
ladder?
How good am I with the power tools? I built the room I'm sitting in.
hell,
That-
that goes up to
Getting
55.
lopsided?
No.
Oh,
101, it sounds like you are in the beginnings of being convicted right now.
Of what?
yourself.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, you know, the way you're talking and
I
how
don't get it.
everything is going. You know, I think God is trying to convict you. Is what I'm thinking. In
Of what?
other words, he's giving you a timeline to hurry up, and I don't know exactly how I want to put this without sounding more weirder than I normally am.
That's what we
That's
do.
that's possible?
You mean
Yeah,
conviction?
that's possible.
We're supposed to be weird, Jeff.
What'd you say, Bushcraft?
Conviction,
What did I say?
not convicted.
Oh, yeah, conviction. Okay.
I think that's what
Yeah,
he's
what
trying
would
to say.
Trout
Yeah.
said.
yeah.
I was like,
Convicted
that-
is what they do when you go to jail.
I'm like, I haven't done anything wrong. What are you talking about? Anyway, what are you getting at, Jeff? Like God's trying to tell me something?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay, well then share your opinion as to what it is.
Well, when you
Well,
feel
see,
convicted and you make others people feel convicted without actually doing anything, there's that.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything. So what? I'm good.
Well, see, me, I can't say that you have done something or you have not done something because I'm not you,
Right.
plain and simple. That's strictly between you and God.
I
You
haven't
know.
done shit.
Maybe in your eyes you haven't.
Well, I'd hope I know what it is so I can either apologize or we can move on or something. Because this is getting a little
Exactly.
nuts.
But
Like-
sometimes
But
you
there's-
don't always. I'm still learning this too. Sometimes you don't need to be sorry because there's nothing to be sorry about.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I've come to realize with my
Yeah.
situation.
It's like I'm always saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like I got
Oh, I'm
people
done
in
with
me
that.
like saying, "Stop
You-
being so sorry."
You-
Yeah.
There's only one person you should say sorry to,
Yeah.
or for forgiveness. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Well,
Well,
two people.
There's the old
Number
saying,
one-
forgive but don't forget.
Number one is God. The second one is your wife.
Oh,
You think of me that much?
I thought love was supposed to mean love means
Oh,
you
okay.
don't have to be sorry.
Okay. So back to my question of, okay, if I did nothing wrong and I'm supposedly being convicted by God, then what does that mean if you haven't done anything?
Well, you're not perfect, so you better always hope to be, you know.
I understand I'm not perfect. That's why I have God. It's like,
Yeah, but that's why you should, like, if you're feeling conviction about things,
I'm not.
that's a
though.
good thing. That's a good thing.
But I'm not, because I haven't done
Well,
anything wrong.
Well,
Well,
yeah, at
see,
that point, yeah.
one thing is me, Bushcraft, and Lake. We have come to the realization is this right here. And think about this. For the people living for the devil, nothing's going to go wrong. Everything's going right.
Right.
But for the people living for God, then everything's going to go wrong.
Well, that's what I've always said with the, why have I had so many tests? Is this a test? Is it, because trials and tribulations,
Exactly. Everything's a test. God is testing you just to see how strong you really are.
Or the devil is.
I was going to say,
God's not the only one.
It doesn't have to be God. It could be the devil.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm getting at here is like, what am I supposed to get out of a message from God here? Is
Think about it like this. When you were in school, you were given lessons, and then your teacher gave you tests. In life, you get tests and you're taught a lesson. Not necessarily teaching a lesson like in a bad sense, but as in maybe learning something, maybe awakening to something maybe you didn't see or could happen maybe.
The best way to find out is pray.
I bet.
Ask him.
Have you caught yourself praying more in the last year than you ever have?
I don't know if in the last couple of weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen my channel?
No, actually.
It seems like to me here in the last 6 months, channels, not just Bushcrafts, are, and I'm stealing the line from Bushcraft at the end of mine, God bless you all. But it seems like to me here in the last 6 months, there is more creators saying stuff like that than ever before.
And that ain't stealing, Jeff. That's just admitting, and showing who you are.
I have noticed in the last, about that same time frame, 6 months, that a lot of people are getting on board with the get behind God and get behind, politically, Trump, get behind the having good morals thing and screw these people that are, wanting the worst for us,
Two-faced.
Yeah.
Well, there's two different things.
I've noticed that a lot more people are not just realizing it, but actually implementing it. It's not just
exactly.
There's a big difference, though, between having good morals and following God. You can have good morals and not follow God.
Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that for everybody else, maybe who doesn't. You can have good morals.
You don't have to. You don't have to follow God. Does He want you to? Yeah,
it's a choice. Yeah,
right. And you can still be a good person and not follow God. It's a matter of, I've noticed that people are finally starting to push back against this political bullshit.
Agenda.
Well, that's the thing. It is all BS.
Well, it's not just political, but I think they're realizing, hey, this ain't just political; it's spiritual too.
Right, but I don't want to follow political. I've been in that situation, and it did me no good.
Well, it's both my wheelhouses, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, it's, how do I explain it?
I know
I think the devil's.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I believe the devil's biggest tool into conquering somebody is fear itself.
Well,
You
I
know,
ain't got no fear here because I've pretty much like, headed them off
fear.
it. Huh?
Faith over fear.
Right.
exactly.
I've pretty much headed off everything at every pass that I can think of. And I'm just doing what I continue to do and I've always done, and standing by, behind God and, letting him fight this. I watched a video. I had a video pop up on my feed. Was it last night or the night before? Where it was a video from like a long time ago, like ancient YouTube days. And it says, if you're getting this video, God's already handled it. Well, so-and-so, person number 2 at work that is starting to act like person number 1, went to, as far as I'm aware, went to the higher-ups, and possibly Monday I could be summoned to an office, So, anyway, I come to find that out later tonight when I talk to my buddy Ron. And I'm preparing for that one Monday. Anyway, but this morning, before I guess the other person sent the email to the higher ups, I was already on it with her bad attitude, saying to my manager, watch out, person number 2 is acting like person number 1. Well, that already headed it off at the pass. So, yeah.
Well, now, should a person stand behind God or should a person stand beside of God?
For
In a crisis.
For God.
God will protect you. So when I think protection, I think behind something. Shield, shield of faith kind of thing.
To stand with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, stand with, stand behind, you're still standing. Right? I don't mean to be like doing a technicality there, but you're still standing.
Well, I think
as long as you're still standing, right?
I just sat down, actually.
Yeah.
You're right, though. You want to keep that mentality, positive thoughts, keep your prayer up.
But, it's funny because out of all the shit, out of all the shit I've worried about in the last 3 fucking years, this is like the one that I'm not worried about. And I don't know why. It's like, I've said my piece. I've let it go. They know what's up. It's all out there. Everyone knows what the fuck's going on. Yeah. I'm not worried.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
New job or no job. Maybe you're meant to do something else.
Right. Yeah, YouTube, here I come. Fire up the PayPal and the donations. I guess I am asking for money.
Well, I think we done started that tonight. We got up to $51 for you.
I'm being auctioned off?
Yeah.
We told you that Wildlife one was going to do 51 if you knew how to use power tools. So we're up to 51.
But why are you holding an auction?
Because it's been a while since we've auctioned you off.
Why not?
Does that count as human trafficking?
No,
No, you'll drive yourself.
Last time Bushcraft won by a beard, so we thought maybe we would try you alone.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, so like, I don't know what made me think of it just now, but my supervisor sends me a video of like one of those little incense things, and it's a little log cabin that burns incense and the smoke comes out the chimney. I'm like, either you got like some cedar log cabin incense, or you got a bunch of Smurfs in that little house, blazing it up in there. And he laughed his ass off at that one. I thought that
Well,
was
we just got a new bid from Al Bundy. We got $101.
Now this is for chat. We will take IOUs, but
is this going to solve the debt crisis? Do I get to count this as a deductible on my taxes?
Oh no, this is under the table.
Oh fuck me!
This is fake money. So we got 100.
It's all fake money, Blake. Even the real money. Wait, what?
Did you just
what
call?
Did I just say?
Did you just call Lake Flake?
Did I?
Oh, really? No.
I mean,
she is kind of a flake.
I am sometimes, yeah. I am a little flaky, especially when I've got so much stuff going on. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say that, Jerry Lee. I don't want to quit paying those because then they'll come for you. I don't want to give them a reason.
That makes you
Did
confused.
you watch that video I sent you, 101?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I did.
Don't play it on here, but.
Now and then says 101, you are priceless.
Sure.
That's sweet.
So I posted on my chat here of people at work, principles I live by. And this is kind of speaking to my manager because I talk with him on here.
Truth and loyalty.
I treat others the way I want to be treated. I don't deal with willfully negative people. In other words, people that choose to be like that. I can forgive you, but I will never forget what you did. You can never control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. And then the last one, I will go to the ends of the earth for you in small and big ways. You may not realize, but you give me one reason not to, and I will leave you out to dry like laundry on a clothesline on the surface of the sun.
Well, look at it this way: that the people that do you wrong and stuff, technically, you're not supposed to stand up for yourself. That's God's job. When they do you wrong, say bad things about you and stuff, God's supposed to take care of that for you. And and if you do stand up for yourself, you're not having faith in God to take care of it for you.
Well, I'm not standing on my own merit. I'm standing on God because he's got it handled. It's a matter of I've explained the facts and whatever. I can't control what happens. I just tell them, when they ask me a question, did this happen? Did that happen? Or how are you feeling about this? I answer them honestly, and then whatever happens after that, that's not my decision.
Well, I'm more talking like when, somebody says something about somebody and then they have to one-up them by throwing them under the bus instead of just letting
I don't talk when somebody insults me, I don't insult them back and we don't get into an argument. I don't do that. I let the higher ups handle it, literally and figuratively, and literally God at that point. It's if we have an issue, take it to the authorities and then, let God handle it.
Well, maybe God is fixing to see that maybe you have done what you're supposed to do where you are at, and God is saying it's time for you to move on to somewhere else that he can use you.
I don't know if that's true, Jeff, because
I know.
None of this was happening until these two people came into this area and started shit. Everything was running smoothly up until that point.
But you got to look at it like this. God can see the future. He knew what was coming. You didn't.
True.
Just ignore them.
Well, do you know how hard it is to ignore somebody that you're literally 2 feet from?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not kidding. Like, the length of my desk is the distance between me and this other person.
You just want to reach over there and slap the dog crap out of them at
Exactly.
times. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to ignore comments or bitching or complaining or any of that, or the passive aggressive shit.
They're just trying to get under your skin.
Right.
Just be nice.
Well, see, the thing is, I can't even do that because apparently me talking or me even existing or looking at these people anymore is apparently offensive.
Right.
So it's like just my very presence apparently offends them.
Whatever you do, do it with a smile.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't given nobody shit, so
you know,
well, it'll work its way out.
And that's what that's what HR said on the initial meeting when they said about the gun. They said just keep your nose clean and this will iron itself out. You know, and I took that as a sign from God to say, hey, God's got this handled. Yeah, I can continue to let management know because this is still an ongoing issue, which is nothing that, that they don't know. I'll just, like I did today with my department manager, I just said, so-and-so's acting like so-and-so number one. I didn't go complain. I didn't write an email. I didn't bring it up to HR. I just let them know, hey, so-and-so's in a bad mood. Watch out. And then I let them handle it. And that, in my way, is seeing that as God convicting management in a way to act to keep this shit out of, under wraps.
Are these people good at what they do, job-wise?
Define good.
And whatever their job is, are they good?
Some of them are lacking in some areas, but if you're talking strictly statistics, they blow my statistics out. In other words, they're good at one thing and one thing only, and that's getting their numbers as high as possible. Whether that be starving me of orders to ship or manipulating things or whatever. But they don't clean up their area. They don't load the truck. They don't handle other necessary shit. They only do the one thing. So when you factor in I do the one thing that they do, plus a whole bunch of other shit, not tooting my own horn when I say that, but factor in your 8 hours a day, and then the fact that I come like maybe 10 to 15 short of them on a consistent basis, who's doing more work?
Grace has a good idea. Can you get a different position, possibly higher up in the company by doing something like you could go to HR and say, look, how can I get moved? What do I need to do?
And not the situation to do that.
Okay.
That would be at a yearly review. But I get what you're saying. What were you saying, Jeff?
You don't think management has not looked at all that?
Yeah, they have. And that's why they've kept me around, because they know what I do.
Exactly.
And that's again as to why I feel that God's protecting me, because management didn't have to do that. They could have just said, well, you're causing a problem. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that's keeping me alive here? I wouldn't be. If God wanted me out of this position, He would have had me fired.
True.
There was many of opportunity for that just on hearsay alone, but my name has been cleared, even though some don't believe it. At least to the officials has been cleared up. So, do your due diligence on that. What does that mean?
You know what I
But
think it may possibly be? It's probably the upcoming wolf full moon on January the 25th.
What makes you say that?
Why wouldn't I tell you that?
damn.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. People always say people get crazy when it's a full moon, and I
Yeah,
don't know.
different people.
And they send a lot of different tribes and stuff. They had different names for this type of moon.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what chaos it would be if 101 got a raise and he was over that person or those two people?
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
101 would be smiling from asshole to appetite if that happened.
What? What did you just say? What?
He said that before.
I know he has, but that doesn't even make it. Anyway, it
As
never
we
makes
cook or
it.
drink.
They would be so damn scared of you, they would be calling you sir.
Well, here's the thing: is in a way, I already have been acting like management because I just run the department when my manager ain't here. It's kind of well, you take over, hold down the fort. Well, I do that because I'm doing what I'm told.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm up for a management position. I've mentioned that I want to be a team lead and manage people. And I have done, the just expected thing of, go through the proper channels rather than start fights with people,
See, here comes test number one. What you going through now?
Well, yeah, when I've wronged somebody, I apologize, which initially I did when the whole gun thing came about. And I dropped it after that, but they didn't. So then I just keep notifying management of the harassment and abuse and everything that's going on day to day. And if nothing happens, I don't report it. If something does, I do. And that's what they've told me to do, so that's what I do. And I'm not trying to be a yes man when I say that, but it's a matter of I just want to be left alone to do my job and have things go back to the way they were. Not in a sense of me being in control of anything, because honestly, I hated having to do shit that they were expected to do. See, when my manager goes on his lunch, he's gone for an hour. And in that hour, we can have the line to the truck backed up twice if we're all going full steam, So when people don't pull their weight or, one person has more orders than the other, it puts us, think of it like the pistons on a car. That's the way I think of it, is one piston's misfiring, but the other one's going, 6,000 RPM, and it just doesn't work. The engine doesn't run. And you're right. It makes it easier for all of us if we just shared the workload and did what was expected of us. But since I'm getting ridiculed and tested and, well, picked on or whatever you want to call it, well, yeah, I'm going to bring up these little instances to management when I feel like I'm being targeted.
Sound like one of them wanting your job.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have any higher job than they do.
They just want
They
to
just
just have confrontation and be
right. They
like,
don't. If they want to get a job in a management or whatever, which there are no positions open, but if there were, none of them would have any fucking gumption to. They don't have any gumption to do their damn job now. You think they would be able to handle management? Fuck
And if
that.
it's not you, if you're not there, they're going to choose somebody or something else. People like that have to have something to witch at and something to attack, or they're not.
Well, here's the thing.
Some people has to piss other people off in order to have a good day.
Yeah, like don't even take it personal.
Well, that's what I've been saying. Is it's total narcissism.
Well, then come out and say it.
I told them that. I told management that. I'm like, you're dealing with narcissists here. There is no negotiating. It's you got to cut the cancer out. It's not just a matter of a bad attitude or a bad day. No, this is a consistent strategy of the way shit goes. And I've given them the playbook. I've told them what's going to happen, and it's been happening the same exact way I've been telling them.
Now and then, I agree with you.
How long you been there? About 2 years?
2.5. It's going to be 3 in August. So, like,
all right. Well, in your 3 years' time since you've been there, how many people have come and gone? It's no longer there.
Well, about 3 months ago, I counted about 65. Since then, I would say we were about
there you
85.
go.
So
you're 1 out of 65. You're number 1. You know, 65. Think about it. 65 people that came and went, and you're still there.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my
my raise. Maybe he is the crazy one for staying.
Well, that's why I got my raise.
It's loyalty, if nothing else.
I told them, you fired the night crew, you fired the previous shipping crew, you've expected us to go through COVID and that crap. I've had this many people that I can attest to that I know of, 65 plus people, quit for various reasons or be fired. But I'm still here 3 years later.
Man.
With a lot of shit, you know,
Man.
and that got me an extra quarter on my raise after I had I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but
the way you put that, that's an extra quarter.
It sounds funny, but I got
a good hot dogs now.
I got $1.25 raise, okay?
Go up to them and say, look, I need a 50-cent more raise for putting up with their shit every day.
Oh, you believe your ass? I'm going to be bringing this up when it comes time for my evaluation.
Grace and others said number 1 is an a-hole. I think it was Now and Then that said it too. But number 2 is a follower and a worse a-hole. And Al Bundy's got it. You just carry bulk fart spray.
What?
Bulk fart spray. Just start.
Well, no. Like what? Where did we get on the?
Wish I could have found some fart spray today. I would have bought it. I bought a lot of silly shit.
Just give Jeff about a week. You'll have a whole bottle.
I mean, there's always...
give it about 28 more minutes.
Yeah, hook a hose up to Jeff's ass and put it through a condenser and.
I ate Mexican food today, and the damn bugs is running out there.
Yeah, crop dusting, like Dana says. I mean, there's onions, broccoli, cabbage. I mean, do it up.
I did find Jeff and Dixie when they get older.
Uh-oh.
I still like that one potato salad.
I ain't got time to train another one.
His finger loaded.
Hold on, they are so funny together.
You think I'm gonna give you up now? I ain't got time to train another one.
His finger loaded.
What?
That finger, is it loaded? You fixing to shoot me with it.
Is your finger loaded?
No, it ain't loaded. But I can get it loaded. You better behave.
Right,
I'll kick his butt off the bed.
All she got to do is ask me. I'll get up and go.
That's me with management. I'm like, fuck this shit. I can leave on my
Oh
own.
man.
That's
He said all I gotta do is ask him. He'll get up and go.
Bye-bye.
That guy's like the real life Gran Torino.
What I'm gonna do with you?
From the side profile. Get up my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
I want to know something.
What?
I want to know something. Where the hell would you go? Tell me.
I got several places.
Well, tell me where they are, so I can call them and make arrangements for you.
That's Dixie wide open.
Janine, Deborah, Elizabeth, and the one other little cutie pie.
Did he just admit to cheating?
Oh, but he told her, look at her face.
I got them lined up.
Drink your beer.
Yes, dear.
I won't.
Yes, dear.
He's got him lined up.
He's got a Joe Biden ear. Look at that shit.
Damn.
Man.
Let her bring you no more if you don't behave.
I don't care if she don't bring me.
I found out I can get beer delivered.
Hey,
Huh?
Hey,
Huh? I can get it delivered now? Thanks for everything.
I got a good one here. Y'all like this one. The old lady's
Yes,
reaction
dear.
is priceless.
Yeah, that was a good couple.
There we go.
You got to put up with one's bullshit in order to stay together that long.
Something.
That or be high off your ass.
That too.
I've got a shirt. I've got a shirt. Let's see what it says.
Watt knows where this is going.
Yeah.
I look.
Hashtag
Oh.
FJB.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, ain't it?
Man, I'm telling you, it is. Hashtag fuck Joe Biden.
Do you know what FJB means?
No.
Joe Biden.
Oh, goodness. That's what I say, too. Fuck him.
That video was huge.
That's what I say too. Fuck it. Yeah. Diamond is so hilarious.
Oh, goodness.
Oh God.
That
Did
video
one of those sisters
was
right there pass away?
Yeah, one of them. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
What?
The two women that were just laughing. I forget their
Diamond
stage name.
and Silk.
Diamond and Silk.
Yeah, one of them passed away.
No shit.
Yeah, a while ago. Like a
Can't
year
remember
ago.
which one.
It's like a year ago, Diamond passed away.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, sad.
Oh.
They were a trip.
Yeah, they were.
Ah, that makes me sad now.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it much, but when I did, they were hilarious.
Oh, now and then, allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. You do as
I
much
think
talking as they do, and then you just disappear.
I think it's Dolly Parton's birthday. She's still kicking around.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I don't appreciate y'all's cold front coming down here. Wasn't invited.
Yeah, well, Georgia, North Georgia, anyways, has been chilly for a while. They were in the teens, so blame them.
We haven't got to the teens yet. We got to the mid-20s.
Yeah.
I had to go buy a gallon of antifreeze today for my pickup truck. I'd like to have had a dead burned cow when I saw the price on it. $18 for a gallon.
For what?
So, Trump's new border wall news. We're going to build the wall. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. It's going to be big. Huge.
What is this BS? Biden's going to be sending F-16. Okay.
Sibbity-bobbity-boo.
What?
It's going to be the greatest wall.
That's why I haven't said anything about it.
I got you.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure you'll tell me later.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, the other three do.
The what?
The other three people up here know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've actually got the clip of it that keeps disappearing too.
Oh, really?
Somebody fill me in here.
Go to private chat and enlighten 101. My fingers is not fast as they used to be.
The stuff that's going down in Texas.
At the border?
Yeah.
Oh, with the people.
Be careful because it's a no-no on YouTube right now.
About it.
Standing in certain places.
Don't talk about
The visitors.
Standing in the water.
Civil War is close.
Oh.
Very.
Really?
We're I think 26 out of the 51 now.
It's definitely the theme they're pushing, that civil theme.
What, we're ready to split here?
Heck, they got a movie coming out about it in April.
Yeah.
You can't talk too much about it, but
yeah.
Well, this morning, me and Ron, my buddy at work, we're just talking about that.
There you go, 101.
Oh, yeah, I'm already aware of that one. They do half their training down there anyway.
no, it's not.
I know, but that's what they're going to claim it is.
And we are having where the military bases are getting together and having scuffles. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Skirmishes?
Yeah. Training, in other words.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, there's 25 states that sent National Guard to Texas.
Right.
That's half.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
I've got my plans in place here as best I can.
Well, you're on the other side.
I know.
Anytime you shift 50%, something's definitely going down.
Well, okay, think about it. 50% of that goes down there. Well, that leaves us vulnerable up here. So, yeah.
Well, I was surprised Ohio was part of the one sending stuff down.
No shit, Ohio is.
Yep.
I never would have thought that.
West Virginia.
Talking
Sorry,
about
Jeff.
sending people.
You're not in this one either. Georgia, Alabama.
Is Georgia in it?
Yeah. Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota.
You know, it was today in history in 1863, I believe, that Georgia seceded from the Union via the Civil War, or the thing, you know.
You know the thing.
Come on, man.
I don't know, but yeah, those type of things are definitely trending in a lot of your news topics and stuff. That word civil keeps being brought up a lot.
You all act like I can't, like you can't say that. I've mentioned it on here before.
Okay. Alabama, Alaska.
It's not really what you say. It's like the scenario, I guess you said. I don't know.
Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, New Hampshire, Nevada, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming.
Where the Sam hell is North Kakalaki at?
Man,
I don't know.
Kakalaki.
Damn.
Who pissed off North Dakota?
Everybody.
Who pissed off Ohio?
You want to know where we're at 101?
Oh,
Grace sent me this earlier.
I sat through a school safety meeting today, and we went over alien invasion protocols, procedures. What to do if there's an alien invasion. Our county really gave us procedures for that. And honestly, I did not process anything that was said during that part of the presentation because I could not believe what I was looking at. Like, anybody else out there get alien invasion protocols? What to do with your students if there's an alien invasion? Just mine? I can't believe.
Well, wasn't it a couple of years they did a zombie protocol?
No, alien protocol. Should have sit through a meeting and listened to what is it going on.
oh, what's happening here? I just
My camera's being stupid.
Oh,
got dizzy for a minute.
Anyway,
that was in Tennessee, Grace.
Yeah, I can definitely see something like that going down.
Remember what we said about like aliens landing on the White House lawn crap?
Well, there was spaceships above and around the White House a long time ago.
Well, no, what I'm getting at is remember what we were saying about
Did Biden sniff their hair?
Can you shut the fuck up, Jeff? So I can get
Here we go again.
I
just said it before you did.
Jeff, shut the fuck up. Do you remember when we were saying about them projecting holograms into the sky?
Yep.
Via planes.
Yep.
And claiming that it was UFOs to try to
stop the
like to fake
to stop the erection of the.
Would that be like a beam that's blue?
Election now.
No, that's a different one. What? But yes.
To fake an alien invasion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and then claiming that they can't hold the thing that elects the new president.
The drawing.
Drawing? Sure.
I could check on my mom and go fishing.
I got Biden. Instead of bingo, it's Biden. Because that'll be the only choice.
Well, I mean, do you think they
69.
What was it in Florida? Do you really think that they have that many cop cars there for a bunch of kids fighting and screwing around with each other with sticks? Or do you think it was real, 10-foot aliens walking around the market mall in Florida or California, Florida?
What?
You didn't hear about that craziness?
I didn't understand a fucking word you just said. What?
What? Okay. I believe it was in Florida, but it could have been California, but I think it was in Florida.
It was Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a market mall, and there was a bunch of police presence. I mean, cop cars from one end to the other. I mean, so many cop cars. All because allegedly there was teenagers in the mall fighting with sticks. So you need that much police presence for that? Or because they caught it on camera, there was this being, walking. That was 3 of them? Yeah, okay. 3 of them, John? All right. So there was 3 alleged alien-looking figures walking about, or it could be just people and the lights are bouncing off. But apparently some kids saw them too, these beings that were like 8 to 10 feet tall. I mean, 8 and 10 feet, that's
about 10 feet
lost
tall.
101. Yeah.
Oh, 101 in all black.
Somebody caught it on camera.
He got abducted.
Speaking of cameras, like my iPad is now black.
We're watching it.
Well, we're not watching it.
The thing that gets me is
There was a portal though that opened. Sorry, Shtf. There was a portal.
Yeah,
that
it's called my
supposedly
camera
opened.
went into a black hole.
No, there's people who said there was a portal and
Hey,
everyone's
stop
phone-
talking about this crap.
But everyone's phone's
Talking with
messed
my
up.
shit.
Because everyone's phone's messed up. Now it's messing with your stuff. It's got to be real.
See what you do? You talk about weird crap and then my electronics go weird.
Are you blaming me?
Yes.
Really?
Talking about black holes. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. When you...
That's brown, Jeff, not black.
Well, yours was all black up there. Oh, goodness. Neon sombreros in the sky. Hide your
Yeah.
Al Bundy's being silly in chat again. I call BS on both the stories. There was no aliens, and there was not that much police presence for kids with sticks.
there's been so many stories.
It's insane.
Yeah. Of course, that's what they would do if it was a true story. There would be 50 different stories.
So you're saying the kids were playing with saws?
No, it was actual.
No, listen.
Roman candles.
Stick assault weapons? Saw. Get it? So that would be an what is it? 249?
I don't know, but it was something else, and they wouldn't make up all that baloney. They just want you to go this way.
Totally missing the point.
Yeah.
What point?
Totally missed my joke.
That was a joke.
Jokes have to be funny to be called jokes.
Yeah, I said they were playing with sticks. So they had the cops there because...
Assault weapon, I heard.
Yeah.
It. Yeah.
Stick, assault weapon.
Yeah.
Well, that spells out saw. Then I thought of the M429 saw machine gun.
Again, jokes have to be funny to be called jokes.
I think it's funny.
Definitely a short joke.
Damn it, what?
Sticks and stones, private. Sticks and stones. Oh, excuse me. Been a mess.
Okay, Captain Price.
Must have come from a Flintstone era.
At the rate the electric cars are going, it might as well be feet powered.
Ford and Chevrolet have quit selling electric cars because they cannot sell them.
Yeah, because we'll be going backwards in time rather than
People
forward.
are waking up.
Yeah.
Again, we told you this and you didn't believe us. Now you suffer the consequences of your actions.
Now, which assholes are crazier?
Right.
You know what's weird?
What'd you say, Jeff? Or
I'm sitting over here singing. Okay, is my singing offending thee?
who asked? You know what's crazy? And then
You know what's weird or crazy, in my opinion? Have you ever heard of the fast food franchise Steak and Shake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had
That's when my son met his first wife.
We had one in my county, and then there's one in the county next door. Well, the one in my county, it has electric car charging ports, but it recently shut down, and ever since it shut down, the entire parking lot's just full of Teslas.
Yeah.
Man, don't even go there with that joke.
We'll make a video and send it to you. I'm for real.
No. There's a joke in there you ain't catching right yet.
No,
It'll hit you before the sun comes up tomorrow.
I'm laughing about how your son met his wife over at the steak and
Yeah, my son met his first wife at Steak and Shake. He staked her out and she shaked him up.
There you go. That's how it happened.
Hey, Nut.
So, what does that mean about the skinny fries?
Skinny fries.
They don't have anymore.
They don't have the shoestring fries anymore?
No, this particular establishment shut down. You didn't listen to my story?
They shut down, what, about 3 or 4 years ago, didn't they?
No, well, this one's recently. They just had management. Management sucked, and they just shut it down.
We've been having a lot of that lately where management sucks, huh?
The last time I had Steak and Shake was August.
Last time I had Steak and Shake was like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's snoring in the background?
I have no idea.
Bigfoot?
Damn.
Some of us just breathe more air. We were heavy breathers.
That's
Breathe more air.
It's vapor lock.
You got to remember, what we're dealing with a society that thought breathing air 3 years ago was like life or death.
No, it's vapor lock. It's vapor lock. It's vapor.
Yeah, that's 101.
That's a good big bird.
Did you know that we're technically like, what, 5 minutes away from breathing or death, but breathing just resets the death timer?
What?
Damn.
Why are you holding your breath for 5 minutes, dude?
I don't know.
It's like 3 minutes and something. The brain starts going.
Yeah, but look at like this.
However, but do you realize that like it's however long, and then breathing just resets your death timer?
But then again, if you hold your breath.
Ah, I found you. Somebody found you.
What?
If you hold your breath, that means you're going to pass out and start breathing again.
That's true.
Unless you're underwater.
That's called drowning.
Well, it doesn't mean you're underwater.
What? Quit with the liberal logic, Lake.
If you put a bag over your head and you passed out and someone took the bag off your head, or if that vice versa, if I put a bag over your head and when you passed out, I took it off, you'd start breathing again.
Okay. And
just like if I put a pillow over someone's head and they stop snoring, you know what that means?
That's called a homicide.
That means it's vapor lock. You go to dead mind.
It was sleep apnea.
That was kind of interesting.
I like that too.
I don't even know what that was.
I know
like a Winnie the Pooh stroll.
Right? Like when he was a little black rain cloud flying up to the honeybee hive.
Today at the 100-acre woods, Winnie the Pooh continues his quest for honey.
Here it is.
Ow. He says, I'm divorced. I don't do bags. You said you would get me back one of these days.
Jeff.
I totally missed that.
Yeah, I gotta turn my ringer down though, because when I get calls, it tells everyone everybody's name.
My home
Hello?
phone does that now.
Oh, goodness. Oh, I got one missed call.
I wonder who that could have been.
You got me. You got me good. I was like fumbling, like just. Oh,
Now, Bushcraft is going to try it. You see him holding his head now?
No.
Well, if you program their name to say the president, if your phone rang, would it say the president is calling?
It would. You want me to change it just to prove it?
I just thought it would be funny. You could just set it as.
Oh, there you go, Lake.
What?
Assholes calling.
I actually had one person in my life that actually was that in my phone, and it was awesome every time it rang. Yeah, we would all get a good laugh out of it.
Yeah, there's a ringtone for that.
Oh yeah, there
It
is.
says a lot of other stuff though.
Yeah. I don't have all those ringtones and whatnots anymore. It took
Whose
up
phone
too much
is
space.
ringing?
Huh?
Somebody's phone is ringing.
Mine's
Remember
not.
back when you could have on your cell phone, if somebody called you, it could play like a certain song in the background?
Yep.
Remember, was it ringback tones is what it was called.
Thanks, Al Bundy. Yeah, we'll do more of those. They're fun. 101 doesn't like that though. Not on his channel.
I loved it when pagers came out.
Oh, good God, I didn't.
Oh no! See, I told this
Too young
story
for the
a few
pagers, but I've seen them.
I was standing in a restaurant, and my pager went off, and there was a boy behind me. I reckon he's about 10 years old. It pager went off, and the little boy said, "Fat man backing up."
Oh boy.
Oh, that's awful.
I mean, it was funny. I wasn't expecting that.
What?
She got a flashlight.
Flashlights, yes.
Yeah, but look, you can stick it on the bill of your hat. You know what I mean?
Certified.
Stay out of my stuff.
I play with his light and he wakes up. You're part of the flashlight club, aren't you? What do you got this thing like censored?
The first rule of the Flashlight Club is you don't talk about the Flashlight Club.
I'm touching it though.
He's got it on vibrate.
He's got the electrician eye. He sees the flash and he wakes up.
Everyone heard your vapor lock.
Oh, damn.
Last one to show their flashlight loses.
He just dangles his.
I don't need to turn mine on.
Jeff lost.
That wasn't me.
No, it's cool though, because look.
I was showing
You
mine when
can
he was
stick it in
dangling.
your shirt here, but then there's another part here, up here, so you can actually stick it right on the bill of your hat. It's genius.
Cut a slit in the bill of your hat and just slide it in there.
Yeah, I'll go get a hat and show you.
I got mine on my keychain. So it's kind of like a key light.
I like that.
You haven't seen my new hat yet anyway, look.
Noah.
What?
Oh,
What does it say? Noah was a conspiracy theorist. Then it rained. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not only that, but he was a conspiracy theorist for like 120 years. Like, fuck.
Now, I like what Al Bundy said. Try riding one of them electric carts in the dollar store. I took out half dials.
Not cool.
Well,
Why doesn't it stay on?
that's what she said.
Well, how? I have to. Oh, that's really hard. All right, now it works. See? Here. Sticks
Well.
right on.
Another 24 more minutes.
No.
It's a pretty good reading light.
So it's midnight for those that
ain't.
give a flying fuck. Myself.
Your clock's slow.
It's 12:04.
Shush.
That's what I got.
Happy National Cheese Lovers Day, everybody.
What's the holiday?
Time for me to go to the store tomorrow.
What's tomorrow? Saturday? Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Night.
What?
All right. Well. Wait. We're gonna go live tomorrow.
Bay City Rollers.
Are you okay over there, Lake?
Yeah, I'm just
He's trying to do Morse code.
Anyway.
Darkness is your ally, huh? You merely adapted the darkness.
ET phone home.
ET phone home.
I was born in it.
There you go.
Force be with you.
Damn, you kind of sound like a black guy.
Anyway.
Well, here, hey, 101.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Watch this.
Look. Well, honey, look.
I'm trying to do an outro here, and y'all are...
Just look.
Fucking ET, stop that crap.
Okay, but just look now, though. Look now, I got it.
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
Look what I can do.
ET, fuck off. Oh, Lord.
Damn, you said that too good.
Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as usual. Pending the alien invasion.
Yeah, definitely. Good point.
101.
Are you planning on getting probed?
What? What?
101.
Out.
It's time for bushcrafting.